Jai Hind students, welcome to my YouTube channel. Students, love the life you live and live the life you love. What I mean to say is that students, living each moment to the fullest, that should be the resolution for today and every day. I again repeat students, live the life you love. That is, live each moment to the fullest. And that's the resolution for today and every day. With that positive note, students, let's start today's session. Today we'll be discussing the gravitational potential energy. Actually, the gravitational potential energy of a body at a point is defined as the total amount of work which will be required to be done in bringing the given body from infinity to that point against the gravitational force. Like, this is suppose the earth. Say this is the center of the earth and its mass is capital M, right? So let us consider this to be a point P, which is at a distance of r from the center of the earth. And students, suppose this is infinite. Now at point P, the gravitational potential energy of a body, say mass M, will be defined as the total amount of work which will be required to be performed against the gravitational force in bringing this body from infinity to this particular point. So that is how the gravitational potential energy is defined. So I'll write the statement over here. Gravitational potential energy is defined as the work done in bringing the given body from infinity to that particular point. From infinity to that point, which in this case is point P, against the gravitational force. So it is actually the amount of work which will be required to be done in moving this body of mass M from infinity to point P, from infinity to say point P. Now students, as you are aware, in the previous session we have discussed about gravitational potential, isn't it? Gravitational potential. This topic we have already discussed in the previous session. So gravitational potential, you must remember, it is represented by Vg. V stands for potential, G stands for gravitational potential. It is theoretically defined as the amount of work done per unit mass in bringing this mass from infinity to that particular point, right? So therefore students, work done in bringing the body of mass small m from infinity to point P would be given by the gravitational potential at point P multiplied by the mass of the body that is to be brought from infinity to that particular point, that is small letter m, right? So what we get is gravitational potential at point P is, as we have discussed in the earlier session, it is found to be minus G capital M divided by the distance of P from point O, that is R. This was the expression for the gravitational potential at point P, which is at a distance smaller from the center of the earth. And when it is multiplied by the mass of the body which is to be brought from infinity to that particular point, that will give us the total amount of work done required in moving the body from infinity to point P. And as per definition, this total work done is the gravitational potential energy, right? So students, gravitational potential energy is equal to work done in bringing the mass small m from infinity to point P, which is minus G capital M small m divided by R. So actually, this is the expression for the gravitational potential energy. So we can find out the expression for the gravitational potential energy using the concept of gravitational potential, right? We'll derive it once again. So students, what we have discussed is when a mass small m is brought or moved from one position to another position. So in that case, some amount of work is done by the external force against the force of gravitational attraction between capital M and small m, right? This work done gets associated with the mass small m as its gravitational potential energy. Thus, the gravitational potential energy of a mass small m at a point is equal to the gravitational potential multiplied by the mass of that body. Clear? Let us derive this formula by using the calculus method, right? Let us consider a small elementary path. Suppose this is point A, which is at a distance x from the center of the earth. First, we will find out the small amount of work done in moving this mass small m from A to B through small distance, say dx. Right? If the body is present over here, it will experience a gravitational force along this direction. Dx is also along this direction, right? So, small amount of work done when mass small m is at A, then the gravitational force of attraction on it due to Earth, whose mass is capital M, is given by F is equal to, we are aware of universal law of gravitation, G capital M small m divided by square of the distance between the center of the two bodies, which in this case is x, so it will be x square. Thus, students, small amount of work done, right? Small amount of work done in moving mass m from A to B is given by dW. It represents small amount of work done. Work done is given by the scalar product of force and displacement. Here, force as well as the displacement of the body is along the same direction. So the angle between the force and displacement is 0 degree. So cos 0 is 1. So dot product gets eliminated. So we'll get F dx. Right? Force multiplied by displacement of the body along the direction of the force applied. Therefore, what we get is, let's substitute the values, G capital M small m divided by x square multiplied by dx. So total work done in moving the body from infinity to point P is given by, and this work done is known as gravitational potential energy. So it is given by W infinity to P. It would be equal to integration of this, taking limits from infinity to point P, which is at a distance r from the center of the earth, isn't it? So it will be given by G capital M small m. The constant can be taken outside the integration. Integration of infinity to small r and 1 by x square dx. Integration of 1 by x square is minus 1 by x, isn't it? So it is infinity to r. So here we have made use of this particular formula. Integration of xn dx is equal to xn plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So therefore, 1 by x square is x to the power minus 2, isn't it? So it will be equal to x minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1. So that will give us minus 1 by x. So that is what I have written over here directly. So students, now upper limit minus lower limit. So that will give us g capital M small m minus 1 by r minus plus 1 by infinity. So 1 by infinity is 0. So we get total work done in bringing the body of mass small m from infinity to point P is given by minus g capital M small m divided by r. And as per definition, this total amount of work done is known as gravitational potential energy. So therefore, the gravitational potential energy is given by minus g capital M small m divided by r. So this is what we have obtained the expression directly by using this formula. The gravitational potential energy may also be given by the product of the gravitational potential at that point and the mass of the body which is to be moved from infinity to that particular point, right? So this is the formula for the gravitational potential energy. Now students, let us discuss the gravitational potential energy of a mass small m at a height h above the surface of the earth, and we will try to find out the potential energy of the mass m at height h in terms of acceleration due to gravity. So what we consider is, let us consider this to be the earth with its center at point O, right? And this is the surface. So the distance from the center to a point on the surface will be the radius of the earth, which is represented by capital letter R. And suppose this is any arbitrary point. Let us consider this to be any arbitrary point, right? This is suppose point A. Let us consider this to be point B. Suppose point A is at a height h above the earth's surface. Now if the total distance of point A from the center of the earth is considered to be smaller, then we have discussed just now that the gravitational potential energy of mass m at height h above the earth's surface is given by U is equal to, this is the article which we have done just previously. It is going to be minus g capital M small m divided by the distance of the observation point from the center of the earth, which is smaller. And in place of smaller, we can write capital R plus h, isn't it? That is minus g capital M small m divided by R plus h, right? Now students, it's pretty clear that if the body is placed on the earth's surface, then obviously h would be equal to 0, right? So if the body of mass m is considered to be placed at a point on the earth's surface, so at a point on the earth's surface, the gravitational potential energy of the body is given by suppose U at a point on the earth's surface, right? At a point on the earth's surface. U stands for the potential energy. Here obviously we are talking about gravitational potential energy. So here in this case, if point A and B coincides, then what happens is H will become 0, isn't it? At a point on the Earth's surface, small h will become 0. And over here, substituting the value of small h as 0, what do we get? Minus G capital M small m divided by R. So students, this is the expression for the gravitational potential energy of a body possessed when it is at a point on the Earth's surface. Put this as equation number 1. Now our objective is to find out the increase in the potential energy when this body is raised from point B to point A, right? When it is raised from point B to point A, then what will be the increase in the potential energy? Definitely due to the increase in the height, the body will gain in height and accordingly its potential energy must increase. So our main objective is to find out the expression for the change or increase in the potential energy. This is the initial potential energy possessed by the body when it is at point B, right? Now, potential energy of the body when it is at height h, it is given by minus G capital M small m divided by R plus h, right? At point A. So at point A, the gravitational potential energy of the same body is given by minus G capital M small m divided by R plus h. Actually, we can modify it like this. Minus G capital M small m. R can be taken as common, so we are left with 1 plus h by R, isn't it? So obviously it would be minus G capital M small m divided by R. And here we can write it as 1 plus h by R to the power minus 1. Now students, if the height through which the body is raised from point B is very small as compared to the radius of the Earth. Suppose the body is raised through height 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer or 10 meters, 50 meters. So all these heights are negligible as compared to the radius of the Earth. Radius of the Earth is 6400 kilometer, which is huge. So in those situations where the height through which the body is raised is very small or it is negligible as compared to smaller, in that case h by r would be very smaller as compared to 1. So we can expand it using binomial theorem and we can neglect the squares and the higher powers of h by r. So what we get is, in such a situation, the gravitational potential energy at point A, which is at height h from the Earth's surface, would be given by minus G capital M small m divided by R, and over here what we get is 1 minus h by r. I made use of this formula. 1 plus x, this is the binomial theorem, to the power m, provided the mod of x is less than 1. Then the first two terms is to be considered from physics point of view. The terms containing higher powers of x can be neglected. So I made use of binomial theorem, right? So on further solving it, what we get is minus G capital M small m divided by R. Minus it will become plus. So it will be G m divided by R square. Now look students, what about G m divided by R square? It is the acceleration due to gravity on the Earth's surface, which is G capital M mass of the Earth divided by square of the radius, isn't it? Therefore, gravitational potential energy of the body at height h above the Earth's surface is given by minus G capital M small m divided by R plus m, this small m. This is acceleration due to gravity on the Earth's surface, and this is the height mgh, right? Put this as equation number 2. This is the total gravitational potential energy possessed by the body when it is raised through height h at point A. Therefore, students, the increase in the potential energy, increase in the gravitational potential energy. It can be considered to be del U. So it will be equal to final potential energy minus initial potential energy. Always changes final minus initial value. So it is the potential energy at point A minus potential energy at point B, isn't it? Therefore, del U is equal to, subtract second and first, isn't it? Potential energy at point A is this expression, equation 2, and potential energy at point B is this expression. So this minus this, what do we get? Minus G mm by R plus mgh minus plus G mm by R. So this and this term will get cancelled. We'll be left with mgh. What we have done is simply subtract first from equation 2. This is equation 2 and this is equation 1. So subtract these two. What we get is final gravitational potential energy minus initial gravitational potential energy. That will give us the increase in the potential energy when the body is raised through height h, and that is mgh. This we are already aware of. This is the expression for potential energy of a body when it is raised through height h. So if you take the surface of the earth to be the reference point or the reference line, then any body which is raised through some height h, its potential energy would be given by mgh. So this is what we have proved in this particular lecture, right? So that's it for this particular session, students. I hope you have understood the concept of gravitational potential energy, and then we have also considered the increase in the potential energy when the body is raised through height h, right? So keep practicing these articles, and hope you will study well, and do join me in my next lecture. Then we'll discuss some new topics. Till then, stay healthy, stay fit, and keep smiling always. Thank you.